YouTube. How you guys doing today? It is 6:09 in the morning, and I am in Indiana on I-65 headed south on my way to Cherokee, Alabama. And I don't have a clue what I'm going to pick up in Cherokee. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get loads out of there. But anyway, it's 6:09 in the morning. Usually it's a lot brighter than this out this early in the morning, but we've got a heavy overcast of turn this light on, turn this one off. We have a heavy overcast and scattered thunderstorms. Nothing really major yet, but it's definitely making it a lot darker in here than it usually is. So hopefully it'll lighten up here pretty quick and y'all can see a little bit better. But as it is, this is it for now. It may be like this all day. Anyway, I wanted to talk to y'all about my financial situation and my goals. And I want to talk to you about it because a lot of the people that come into this industry out of desperation. Because the economy's bad, and there's honestly not enough jobs to go around right now. And this industry, provides a good income if you choose the right company, and it can get you out of them situations. So, real quick, I just kind of want to go through, where I'm at. I'm not going to go through all the reasons because it's a really long, drawn-out story that honestly doesn't matter a whole lot. But the bottom line is that a few years before we closed the business, the tattoo studio, we lost about 70% of our clientele almost overnight because we catered to the oil field, and that's pretty much where our major clientele came out of, was the oil field. So when the oil field shut down in our area, we lost a lot of customers. So almost immediately. We never got that back. But I kept trying to keep it open, and so I kept taking out loans and renewing loans, and in the hopes that it would get better. And it just didn't. Weatherford's not a big town, and they kept opening up tattoo shops. When I closed, there were 4 tattoo shops in town, and there's just not enough people in the town to support 4 tattoo studios, and so I gave up and I quit. I should have given up and quit 2 years before that, but I drug it out, and the bottom line is that we ended up somewhere in the vicinity of about $20,000 in debt by the time I finally shut the doors and gave up on it. Right? And a lot of that debt, I'm going to pay it all off, just because that's the way I believe. I believe it's right. I'm going to pay it all off. Excuse me. All right. So, with that being said, we've got some minor bills that we have to pay for services that we cancel before we shut the studio down. Okay. But I'm not including those as a bill. Right? There's probably 6 or 7 of those that we have to pay off, and they probably total maybe $3,000 total, somewhere in that area. Maybe 4. Right? And those will be the last things that I worry about paying off. But we have 12 major bills, or had 12 major bills. Right? And those 12 major bills constitute about $6,000, or $5,000. No, let me sit. Hold on, give me a second. 12 bills. There's 3, that's killing us. I mean, that's $1,200–1,300 worth of bills that we honestly shouldn't be paying every month. You know what I mean? Because, you know, they're not, I'm not going to say they're not normal bills, they're excessive bills, okay? And so it's put a huge stress on my family, because my wife has to work extra in order to make extra money over the top of the house, the cars, the insurance, you know, and the normal bills. You know, normal bills, your mortgage payment, your homeowner's insurance, your your personal vehicle insurance, your car payments, fuel bills, food bills, internet, phone. Those are normal bills. These are in excess above that, so we have to bring in enough income to pay our normal bills, plus on top of that pay all of these bills, and it's put a big stress on my family. But the good news is that I got one of those bills paid off. Me and my wife got one of those bills paid off yesterday, and it was a really bad choice to take out that loan. But we did it because we didn't have any other choice, right? And so we took out this loan. They didn't explain to us, the deal with the loan, and so we got hit with interest rates the like of which we've never seen before in our life. It was highway robbery. How we got hit on this one. And so, we've been focusing on getting this particular bill paid off, so that we can quit paying so much interest. It was just ridiculous, the interest that we were paying on this loan. And so we got this loan paid off yesterday. My wife went down there, paid it off, got a zero balance, and we can chalk that one up. Well, that bill alone was nearly $400 a month. And just that one bill was nearly $400 a month. And so we got it taken care of, and now we're going to turn that money towards the next lowest bill that we have, and so on and so on and so on, until we get down to the really big loan that I have out. I've got a really sizable loan. It was given to me by a family member in order to deal with my stupid decisions, and I'm going to pay that loan off. That's going to be the last actual loan that I'm going to focus on. The reason it's going to be the last is because I want to take all of the money that we have going towards all these other bills, and I want to compile most of that together to go towards starting to pay this loan off. And if I can get all these other loans out of the way, then I can pay, whatever, $800,000 a month towards paying this loan here off. Alright, so anyway, that's my financial situation. And currently my wife is having to work a lot of hours, and I'm having to make as much money driving as possible in order for us to get out from underneath all this. Now, my future plans. I've talked to y'all about this before, but my future plans are to become an owner-operator. And this is kind of how I'm going to go about it. And I want to kind of throw it out there for people to think about. If you're planning to become an owner-operator, this is something that you might want to consider. I'm going to do things a little bit different from the way other people have done things, okay? I am employed, obviously, by Millis Transfer, and I make pretty decent money. And as long as I make, good, decent money with Millis, I'm going to stay here, unless something happens and I get a job that allows me to further, that possibility, So, as of right now, I'm with Millis. I'm making good money. And what I want to do is, once all this debt is paid off, I want to start putting money aside. My wife and I are talking about putting like $1,000 a month aside until I can get enough money to buy good solid used truck. What I'm wanting to buy is going to be more than likely a W900, Kenworth W900, or I'm also looking at the Western Star. They're pretty nice trucks. Peterbilts are nice, and I might go for one, I don't know, but I'm really inclined towards the W900 for Kenworth, and I'm really liking a lot of the Western Stars that I see, so those are the two I'm focused on right now. My goal is to find one for between $25,000 and $30,000, and I'm going to buy it as soon as I get the money to buy it. I'm going to buy it, and then I'm going to park it. I'm not planning on buying it and immediately jumping in and going to business. All I'm planning on is getting the vehicle. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to park it, and then I'm going to start stocking money up again. All right. I'm going to stock money up until I can get enough for a maintenance fund, $10,000, $20,000, so that I've got money to work on. I'm going to send that truck in to have it be serviced completely. I want it gone over top to bottom, find out everything that could possibly be wrong with it, and anything that's relatively affordable, I'm gonna fix as I'm building up this maintenance fund. But I'm going to continue to work, for Millis or somebody else until this truck's paid for. As far as repairs and all that, and then I have money set aside for maintenance fund. Then that's when I'm going to start focusing on getting into whatever it is I'm going to do long term. I'll buy a trailer. If I stay in dry van, I'll buy a dry van trailer. If I do flatbed, I'll pull a flatbed trailer. I may get 2 or 3 different trailers. I don't know. But right now I'm going to focus on that. Once I've got all of this stuff, the trailer and the truck, and I've got money set aside, then I'm going to worry about starting, an actual business. But the thing is that, the plan that I have, is I've kind of got set as about a 2 or 3 year plan from the time we get our bills paid off. And I've told y'all before that I had a 5-year plan for starting a business. This is kind of what the plan is. I may not be being very clear, about the details. It's not intentional. I don't have all this stuff written down and rehearsed, so I'm kind of flying off the top of my head, based on the conversations my wife and I have had. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to save up the money to buy the truck. I'm going to buy the truck and park it. I'm not going to buy the truck and drive it. I'm going to save up the money to put the truck in the shop so the truck can get whatever repairs it needs to have done before I worry about going into business. And I'm going to put the shop in the truck and I'm going to have those repairs done. Now I'm going to save up the money to have a maintenance fund so that when I put the truck on the road for service, if anything goes wrong, I have a maintenance fund to operate out of. And I'm going to save up the money to buy at least one trailer, maybe 2 or 3 different types of trailers, so that I can do whatever it is that needs to be done. All right. Once I've got all of that accomplished, then I'm going to establish a business. All right. At this point, I'm not sure the precise details of the business that I'm gonna start, because I don't know if I'm going to lease onto another company or if I'm going to run under my own authority yet. I don't know whether or not I'm going to go through a brokerage service to get loads, or whether or not I'm going to, do the legwork to get my own contracts and my own, jobs. So I don't know if I'm going to carry dry van or flatbed or pneumatic tanker, or a combination of all. Okay, these are questions that I'm still working on answering, so I don't know the nature of the business that I'm going to start. Okay, and those details will come in time. But first is getting my loans paid off. That's the first step of my 5-year plan. Our goal was to have all of our loans paid off within the first year, of me working for Millis. We're 6 months into it, and we've only paid off one bill. All right. With that one bill being paid, however, it was a major bill, and so now we're planning on having our second bill paid off next month, and then with luck we'll have another bill paid off the month after that, and so on and so on and so on. But it doesn't look like at this point that we're going to make the 1 year goal for paying off all of our excessive debt. So I'm going to probably extend that to about a year and a half, so that when I hit that 18-month mark with Millis, then now we're hoping to have everything paid off. All right, once we've hit that 18-month mark, then we start the second stage, and that's buying my truck. All right, the way I'm looking at right now is putting $1,000 a month aside so that I can start buying that truck, which gives me about 25 months. All right. And then once I've got that done, I've got about another, 10, 15 months after that before I think I can have enough money to do, the things that I need done on it. This is really rough. We haven't sat down and put it on paper yet. There's a lot of variables that we know are there, but we haven't really figured in. Those variables include, unexpected costs at home, medical bills, vehicle repair bills, whatever the case may be. Those are all issues that we haven't taken into consideration. However, I only owe $8,000 left on my car, so that's a bill that's not included in all these that we're paying off, but is going to be getting paid off at the same time. And so once that's free and clear, that opens up even more money, per month for us. Now, we can't include my wife's car in that because she drives too much, and as soon as we get her car paid to a point where we can trade it in and get something for it, she has to get something else. So we'll always have her car payment, or her vehicle payment. All right, so the next step after that, and I'm still looking at a five-year plan. All right, it's going to be pretty tight on the 5-year plan. I'm not going to lie on that. It's going to be pretty tight, and it may extend a little bit more. Like I said, there's a lot of variables, and we don't know what all those variables are at the moment. So, we're not including those in the cost or in the plan. I'll keep you all updated as I do. Now, for those of you that are really interested in my progress, and how we're planning this out, stay tuned, and every now and again I'll update you on it. But, for those of you that are interested in doing the same thing, then I'm going to suggest that you watch videos on YouTube by a guy named Casanova 601. You can also look him up under Casanova Roar. Alright, this dude's an owner-operator. He tells you how he became an owner-operator, and he tells you how, some of the ins and outs of running your business, and succeeding. I found him to be a pretty down-to-earth dude. I found him to, be a no bullshit kind of dude, and and he seems to know his stuff pretty good. So he's one of the guys that I'm paying attention to, and and I hope that y'all do too. So anyway, I'm on my way to Alabama, and I hope y'all got something out of this. And I know I did these. I know my videos may not be all fun and exciting, but I hope that they're informative. So periodically, I'm going to update you and let you know where I'm at and what I'm accomplishing here. All right, y'all take care. Peace out.